What is going on, everybody? Richie here, back again with Red Planet Wrestling, bringing you yet another video. And this time we will be discussing and reviewing NXT Vengeance Day, which just happened just a few short hours ago. A little bit of an earlier show. Went from like 6 o'clock to about 8:30 or so, a little shy of 9 o'clock. In any event, it was a pretty action-packed show. Had a couple of gripes and everything like that with some of the matches, but we'll get to that in just a second. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Join the Red Planet Army. Turn on notifications, the little bell icons, so you never miss an upload or possible live stream. And in the description box down below, I will leave the link to my latest series called WWE Weekly Recap, where I recap the events of the week, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and any news or rumors or things of that nature that transpires throughout the week. So if you're interested, check that out. Just uploaded one a couple short hours ago, so make sure to go ahead and watch that in the other episodes. But the link to the playlist will be in the description box down below, as well as my socials: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, all in the description box down below. But with any event, we're going to get started. First match of the evening was for the women's North American Championship, and that was Fallon Henley defending against Stephanie Vaquer. I'm pretty sure I botched her last name. I don't know why I have such a hard time pronouncing it, but that's neither here nor there. Fun opening match. I think we all knew going in who was going to win, and of course, Fallon Henley took the L. Stephanie is now the new North American champion, which is pretty awesome. I've said it before. Now, keep preaching it until the cows come home, if that's a saying, but the women's division in NXT is the best in any pro wrestling company, bar none. Like, there's just none, honestly. That's my opinion. I will die on that hill. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. But their division is stacked, way more stacked than the men's, which we'll get to in just a second. Fun opener, got the crowd into it. Washington, D.C., not too far from me. I was thinking about going, but it also happened to have fallen on Valentine's Day weekend. Unfortunately, the weather kiboshed some of my plans, so we got snowed in, so we just decided to watch it at home. But if it was another weekend, definitely would have gone. Definitely would have had videos up, but another time. Maybe we'll go to NXT Roadblock in March at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden next month. So keep your eyes peeled for that. The right person won here. If they didn't put the title on her, it just would have been stupid, in my opinion. Fallon Henley wasn't really doing too much with it, in my opinion. Not really too much of a fan of like her current gimmick or things like that, but I'm sure they'll kind of keep her interwoven in the plans. I know they have a number one contenders match coming up for the next challenger of the North American Championship. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. We had some tag team action. Axiom has been they've been going all over the place. They were on NXT defending the titles. They've been putting in the miles. So kudos to them. Nathan Frazier and Axiom. So Fraxium, I think I said Axiom beforehand, but you guys know what I meant. Kudos to them. Fun match. I thought the tag titles were going to change. I would not have had an issue if it did or didn't. It didn't really matter to me, but the crowd was into it. It was fast-paced, action-packed, very good match. Really enjoyed it. Besides like some of like the commercial breaks or like the little ad placements and whatnot, every match kind of just, it was like a fast pace. It almost reminded me of Saturday Night Main Event, where they were just like match. The following matches, I should say, kind of left me with a bit of a sour taste in my mouth, and I didn't want to think too deep into it. I did think about it, and there was no way in hell I was gonna put this on Twitter and get completely lambasted by anybody. But I did see somebody else mention it, and it probably came out better from them as opposed to if I had done it, because I don't speak to that demographic. But there was someone who was not fond of the finishes of two certain matches for two particular superstars in this particular month. If you can't put two and two together, that's on you. From a booking standpoint, I know why they did it, to build up two particular other superstars and their stories. but also read the room. What I'm talking about is Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. I thought that match, first off, the match did wonders for Javon. It made him look strong. It gave him that aggressive side that we haven't seen from him. He's only 20 years old, and we just know him for doing all these crazy flips, and his moveset is insane. Seeing this different side of him was very nice. I'm pretty sure he broke Ethan Page's nose. He was bleeding quite a bit. It looked a little swollen, but it didn't look John Cena levels of fucked up or anything like that. I understand why they went with that finish. It makes sense. It still protects Javon Evans, and then it progresses their feud to keep going. I would imagine the blow off will probably be at Stand and Deliver or something like that, so we'll just have to wait and see. The next match was a strap match. Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe, which I've been seeing a lot of Eddie Thorpe slander online, and I think it's mainly due to the fact that the NXT men's division just has no stars at the moment, which is good that Ricky Starks, or he who shall remain unnamed for now, is heading to NXT as opposed to the main roster. Get everybody, more eyes on NXT, the same way when they brought Ethan Page in. I'm curious to see if they'll address him by Ricky Starks or if they'll just give him a new name. Like when he signs the contract, he's like, my name is blah, blah, blah. Something. Whatever. Match started off fast. Trick Williams showing that aggression. He was bringing it to Eddie. Eddie also had quite a bit of offense, a lot more than I thought he was going to get. And then in a surprise twist, of course, a little bit of a dirty finish, but at the same time, it is a strap match, so there's no DQs or anything, even though Trick Williams used the rope to get a rope break at one point during the match, but stuff like that happens, so we kind of just let it slide or whatever, so it's neither here nor there. Eddie Thorpe getting a low blow with the strap and picking up a W over Trick Williams. And again, I get it from a booking standpoint. They need to put a little bit of stock into Eddie Thorpe. If he would have lost, he would have been a chump and gotten damaged, and he would have lost credibility right there. So giving him the win over Trick Williams, a former NXT champion, 2-time at that, raises his stock a little bit. So it's like, okay, we can there's a little bit of believability in him. And DC was giving it to him. The fuck you, Eddie chance. And Ethan Page got it too. But yeah, some heat on him. The triple threat match for the NXT championship. A little random with A-Town Down Under or whatever challenging Obafemi. But, I guess it worked. And then it could further the storyline and the eventual breakup between Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So it works in its favor. Obafemi, again, just max aura. This man is Thanos right now. He's conquering the entire NXT cinematic universe. But yeah, to kind of go back to on another match, we had this bootleg looking Shield come out, and they attacked Fraxium after their match, which was everyone was like, what the hell's going on? And then they were chanting, who are you? And then they came out again and just beat down Obafemi after a grueling triple threat match, after 2 back-to-back L's from Javon Evans and Trick Williams. Then Timu Shield came out again, beat down Obafemi. Lights were flickering, music was playing. I don't know if that was like a production botch or something like that. It was a little weird. The music didn't fit the vibe. I don't know. I felt like I was watching a scene out of John Wick. So that was the thing, I guess. Whatever. Lastly, the main event. Much deserved, by the way, for the Fatal 4-Way match for the women. Julia, Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, and Bayley. Fun match. Very fun match. Lots of cool spots. Very fast and furious. There were a couple of times where you thought that women's championship was going to change hands. There was one point too where it seemed real close that Cora Jade was going to get it, and even the crowd was into it, and Vic Joseph played into it very well. He's such a great commentator. If we can get him away from Booker T, or just pluck Booker T out, get rid of him, and put somebody else with Vic Joseph, just get rid of Booker T and leave Corey. Honestly, let those two. Corey could be the heel commentator. Vic Joseph will be the the voice of reason. and they'll play off of each other very well. He really sold, like, oh my gosh, like it's gonna happen, the title's gonna change hands. So that was a really cool spot. But of course, we had Julia retain the NXT Women's Championship, and then Stephanie Vaquer came out and they shared the ring together. And then the show closes with a little surprise appearance from Jordan Grace, which was nice. For the sirens, and I stood up and I was just pointing at my TV and I was like, yes. So yeah, the women's division is in such good hands. There's so many contenders that are believable to chase after these titles. And if you want, you can, with TNA partnership, you can pluck them over there like they have been doing. You know, we saw Cora Jade pop up on TNA last week, or this past week rather, a couple days ago. So it's just like, you got all these different toys in this toy box that you can play with, and it's just so satisfying. And you know, I'd say overall, again, solid show, good PLE, nice little way to kind of break up the monotony of a snowed-in Saturday. And I'd say overall, probably give the show about a B. If I had to pick a match to maybe rewatch, I would say I'd probably rewatch the main event. And then a close second would have to be that tag team match. It was a lot of fun. So I kind of don't want to see Fraxium drop those titles anytime soon because they've just been on a roll. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you know, we got to give somebody else a chance. If you agree with any of my thoughts, let me know in the comment section down below. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. What was your favorite match for NXT Vengeance Day? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Red Planet Army. Turn on the little notification icon, the little bell, so you never miss an upload or possible live stream. And in the description box down below, as I made mention, the link to the playlist to my latest series called WWE Weekly Recap, where I give you my thoughts and opinions on the week of WWE programming, Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and any news and rumors, juicy gossip, all that stuff. Description box down below, WWE Weekly Recap. Just uploaded a new episode a couple hours ago, so check that out. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. Description box down below as well if you want to follow me on the socials. Got a couple things coming down the pipeline. Some more WWE 2K24 gameplay. Gonna be finishing up my universe mode run through that I'm doing. And once I hit WrestleMania season, I'll probably do a live stream on this channel for that. And we'll play through that. And once WWE 2K25 comes out, I will be, of course, showcasing some gameplay from that game on this channel as well. And then most likely will stream that on Twitch eventually. So again, that's in the description box down below if you want to follow me on Twitch. Other than that, thank you all so much for tuning in. Love, peace, and chicken grease, and I will catch you all in the next video. So thank you all so much for tuning in.
It was my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. I'm ready to smell fear. I smell a lot. My competitors flex here. They smelled I was hot. I want it all. Excess, the sex, much success, stress us. I want it all, no less. So come on.